how do I break into the LA industry, and how do I know which creatives to trust? Okay, so this question brings me back to when I all first started. Yes, it can be scary to work with the wrong people, to work with people who take advantage of you, but I have to say, if I didn't put myself in those situations, I wouldn't have learned. So trial and error is by far one of the best ways to learn how to navigate yourself. When you go through like traumatic experiences, it kind of heightens your awareness about yourself and others. And so I wish already that, you know, you would be aware of all the people. Not everyone has good intentions for you. Not everyone has your best interests at heart. I feel like when I first entered this industry, I was like, oh my god, they care about me. Oh my god, I'm so lucky. And you know, it kind of turned out it was just they were using me because I was just so genuine, and I really don't want that to happen to you guys because it hurt. But then when it happens, you develop a thick outer shell where no one can mess with you. So that's my experience in a nutshell. But to give you advice is that if you don't trust new creatives, just work locally with creatives you already know, and then just work with people who keep recommending those people like within a circle. Any industry is pretty small, so the people that you work with, the chances are your friends have worked with, and I think that's really great. But say, you know, if you're from Germany, if you're from London, if you're from Japan, if you're from Singapore, you're in another country and you want to infiltrate the LA industry, of course you have to visit here, you have to see what it's like out here, you have to understand the culture out here, you have to understand the people out here, because it's just so different from country to country, from state to state. I live an hour away from LA because I'm like a country girl, you know, and a very small town girl. So when I went to LA, I was just kind of shook, but luckily I made friends pretty quick and they let me stay at their place and I could see and figure out what LA was like. You know, if I actually wanted to live there one day, it really helped me figure out people and their energies and their vibes. And I'm also just like a very empathic person, so I could easily tell if someone was vibing with me or if they're being fake with me. Like, I could easily tell. So I think it would be great for you to practice self-awareness of yourself, how you respond to situations. So every situation calls for a different response, so just kind of figure out what those responses are and do your research. Say that this person hit you up, this agency hit you up, Google them, Instagram them, find their social media, look at their tag photos, dig dirt on them. Like, that is what you have to do. And I always felt more safe doing that, because when you have more information, you feel safer and more secure than if you didn't have much information. So I'd say if someone was trying to hit you up and you weren't sure about them, the number one thing that you do is you keep asking questions about production, about when it shoots, about the date, about how many hours, about what kind of people are working on set. The more questions you ask about production, they're just gonna be like, oh, okay, this person's very serious about this job. But if you just willy-nilly be like, yes, I'm down, let's do it, you're not gonna know anything. So obviously you're not gonna get your worth, you're not gonna get the rate you want. So you have to learn to slow down, process information. It's okay if you reply a week later, a couple days later. It's okay. Take all the time you need to reply. Don't be in a rush, because when you're in a rush, people know, okay? They'll try to take advantage of you right away. So do not rush with your rate, with your experience, etc. Just keep it chill, keep it calm, keep it professional, okay? Yeah, I had to learn that. That's something I definitely had to study, because I was very much impulsive, like, yes, let's do it. I didn't know what I was signing up for, and it wasn't really worth my time or energy, and it just turned out to be. So you're going to have experiences like that, and it's going to be normal. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay to fail sometimes and not get exactly what you want, but you learn and you grow so that you know exactly what you want. And that's the key, you know, to trusting creatives. I want to work with someone who knows exactly what they want, so when I arrive on set, it's boom, 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 just perfect. But if you know, you don't know what you want, and if the other person doesn't know what you want, and if it's confusing, and if the communication is lacking, it's going to be be really hard to, you know, be in synchronized with everybody. But one thing that I do when I look at people who want to create with me, because I have like tons of DMs and I go through them almost every day, is I look at their website, I read their about me to figure out who they are, because I really care about that more than their actual work. The work comes second to me, and if two of them are in a line, I'm just like, yes, I want to work with you. So we do that, you know, we kind of go into this group chat where, okay, who has the concept? Sometimes I have the concept ready, sometimes I ask the photographer or the makeup artist or the stylist. I'm like, do you guys have a concept you've always wanted to shoot? I'm really open, we can bounce ideas. And to me, that's the best way to collaborate with someone. Okay, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. And then dates start coming up. So like, what date do you want to shoot? And you know, it's hard because it has to match everyone's schedule, and we're all busy hustlers out here. We decide a time. If someone hits you up, be expected to figure out the time, the location, the hours, the usage, like what is it being used for. If it's social media, being used for a website, being used for in-store, like you better charge for that amount, you know, because it's gonna be an ad, okay? It's not just social media, it's gonna be an ad. So for those things, the usages are pretty high. I kind of figure it out by just doing a lot of research, by asking my fellow model friends about it. Some models won't really want to reply to you because they just don't care, they don't know you, but I'd say try, you know, be as kind and as honest as you can, that if you really don't know what to say to someone, ask them, and if they can't give you a response, do it yourself, research yourself, because Google is our best friend in this industry, okay guys? So yeah, that would be my best advice. And in terms of breaking in, I don't think there's really something like that, like, oh, I'm gonna break into the industry. I just think it's like you become a part of the industry by continuously working in it, and for years, okay? So I've done this for about 7 years now, and only 4 years professionally, which means professionally paid bookings and campaigns, right? But I have 7 years of experience, guys. That means I'm literally a part of this industry, okay? If you only have a couple years on you, you better get to work. You better build that portfolio, figure out what you want to do, what you want to create, and honestly, that's kind of the fun part. Everything else just kind of comes with it. And I believe when you work hard, hard work pays off, and all your fruits of your labor will literally appear before you, right in front of your eyes. But the thing you need is a good attitude, okay? Good attitude when you work with people. You need to be compassionate. You need to empathize, not just sympathize. You need to empathize with that person, okay? Everyone has their own struggles that we don't really talk about in this industry, but y'all know I publicly talk about all my struggles and all my confessions, because that's just how I am. I can't like not tell you when I'm going through. It'd be so weird, you know, because it's like my diary. So you guys are like my family. I tell you everything. And honestly, to me, when I keep it open like that, you know, people, they're not that intimidated by me, which I like, because I don't want someone to feel intimidated by me just because of what I post. And if I post, you know, all my wins, I want to show everything. So I'm all about the process. And honestly, after doing this for a couple of years, just realizing that people really enjoy what the process is like, because they really don't know what it takes to make it in LA. And I really don't recommend faking it till you make it, like, oh, I worked with so-and-so and you haven't. I never recommend lying to someone, okay? Because they'll just know automatically, like, bad energy. I don't want that, okay? You have to be honest with people. I think in this industry, not a lot of people are that honest, and it kind of shows because people have a mask. They're afraid of getting hurt, which is fine, but I feel like at some point we have to break through that barrier of our emotions and kind of just like accept this is what it is, and just grow from there, learn from other people. But I hope that answered your question about like breaking into this industry. You don't just break in, you be a part of it, and then from there you just support artists, guys. Like, I'm gonna tell you, that's how I got to where I am. I support everyone who supports me. I've met some bad seeds along the way, but I've said bye, because I ain't allowing any toxicity in my life, because I am my own boss, which means I am on my own energy all the time, so I cannot afford someone else's energy messing with me, okay? So it is very valuable to practice self-awareness, understand your emotions, understand what you want to do, and write them down. I did a lot of journaling, which helped me figure out a lot of things, and it's like coming full circle, and I can't wait to tell you guys something about that. But Yeah, journaling is a form of meditation that I really love, that is not, you know, abrasive or anything. It's just very simple. You write how you feel, okay? Then you read it, like, do I actually feel this way? Is this self-doubt talking to me? Like, you have to comprehend your feelings, and that's the only way for me that really works, is writing it down, reading about it, and then contemplating, what did I just write, you know? And yeah, sometimes fear is irrational, so sometimes I write things that aren't even true, and I have to realize it for myself that, okay, that's not true, so I need to work on myself. And 9 times out of 10, when you work on yourself, you actually help others, because walk the walk, you talk the talk, you live by that standard that you set for yourself. So yeah, that's the best advice I can give you. And you can always come to me and ask me for advice. I'm very open to helping models and designers, you know, figure out their next steps or what they need to know, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. I'm gonna tell you, this is what you do. If you don't do it, that's not my fault, because I gave you everything, okay? And in this industry, no one is gonna give you a handout like that, right? So you have to learn to take advice, and you have to learn to take criticism well, you know, and transform that criticism that you get into something so powerful and so loving and so healing, that it's no longer criticism, it's just love, it's improvement, it's growth. And yeah, that's how you do it. So thank you guys so much for asking me advice. I absolutely love filming these for you. I love that you say it's like a friend talking to you, like, I'm right here, guys. And I love it. I'm going to keep doing this because it's something I'm very passionate about, and just want to say thank you. I hope you guys like this new format. We'll see how it goes, but bye!